Manchester United, England's most successful club. The Red Devils boast 13 different Premier League titles, 12 FA Cups and 3 Champions Leagues. You could even say a perfect club. Wrong! Ever since Fergie's retirement in 2013, things have gone south for United and are projected to get even worse. A host of managerial talent has tried and failed to turn this juggernaut around. But now, for 2 weeks only, the responsibility falls on the shoulders of this man to steer United to one more Premier League title. Can it be done? Well, strap yourself in, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's finally here, folks. Football Manager 2020 has been released by Sports Interactive. A few days earlier than planned. I was expecting around about November 5th for this bad boy to drop. But no, it is here in its beta format, which means we're going to create a bit of a short-term save. I was planning on 2 weeks, as you could hear in the title, but we might even go a little bit longer than that because of this extra couple of days. And we are taking on a behemoth of a club, a juggernaut, a team that's maybe on a bit of hard times right now. That is Manchester United. Ollie is not at the wheel. It is me. I'm in charge of this bad boy, and we're going to turn this beast around. It is obviously short-term goals on this bad boy. We're not here to build a dynasty. We're not here to buy youth players and hope for the best, and maybe in 10 years time, there's no 6-year plan here, boys and girls. We have to try and turn this team around within 12 months, 24 months, to not only compete for the Premier League title, but to even win the pissing thing. So that is the plan, and with that, we're going to try and bring in 2 or 3 places, 2 or 3 new faces to Old Trafford to come in and add that extra quality to the club that it's been missing. So if you do have any suggestions, I probably won't get to them in this first transfer window, but if there's any player you want to see me bring in the January transfer window, then get in the comment section now, and then we'll take a look at them, potentially bring them in January. I've got my own ideas for this month, and I'm going to try and complete it in this episode. So I'm going to improve the quality, because the transfer window does slam shut within a couple months, so you won't get a chance to influence that, but you can influence the next transfer window. So make sure you get them bad boys in there in the comment section down below. So here we are, boys and girls. It is official. Manchester United have hired me to take over the reins. 25-year-old. I wish I was 25 years old. But we're here on a 2-year deal, which is what the plan is, a 2-year deal to try and get Manchester United back into the thick of things. A quick recap of the history. Now, I want to stress that this is basically fresh out the wrapper for me. It's just been released a few hours ago. I'm just getting my teeth into it. So you are going to be learning the new tricks of the trade for Football Manager 2020 alongside me. So don't expect me to blitz through this left, right and centre, know where everything is in the right place. No, especially for episode 1. Maybe in episode 2 I might have a bit more of an understanding. So yep, the media expect us to get 6th. I'm going better than that. I want Champions League football. That's my aim, top 4, whether it is through the Europa League or through the thing. This is a quick recap of the players currently out on loan. Obviously, Chris Smalling is over in Serie A alongside Alexis Sanchez, both of those to the end of the season. This is my current best 11. We're going to change that up, boys. We're going to change that up. We're going to bring in, I am looking to bring in a defender, a midfield dynamo, whether it's a defensive midfielder to play alongside Pogba, an attacking midfielder, and also a striker. So we're going to improve the backbone of this team here. We're going to keep, obviously, Solskjaer's deals of Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and Daniel James, but I'm looking at right here, right now. Lindelof, yep, decent centre back, but realistically, I want some competition in there to really spice it up, maybe a bit of experience as well. McTominay's, again, good squad player, but we need world-class quality. We're only here 24 months to get this bad boy done. As for the attacking third, Lingard probably will be a rotating sort of player, bench player. Mata, I don't think I'm even going to see him starting here. Martial, maybe we play him on the right-hand side, Rashford on the left, or flip-flop them bad boys around. We'll get somebody more stronger in the centre there, in that number 8 spot, and then also we're going to get a new striker. That is the plans. So yeah, what else is going on here? The chairman's got his own style on what he wants from me. Reach the semi-final of the FA Cup, reach the final of the Europa Cup, Carabao Cup, not really important. Premier League, qualify for the Champions League. That's what I want. That's what I want, Woodward. I'm hoping we're on the same page. Now, I want you guys to understand that if you are a Manchester United fan, I do apologise. I'm not gonna kiss your ass, and I'm not gonna keep Paul Pogba if a deal comes in for 200 million. I'm not gonna keep Marcus Rashford if a deal comes my way and it tickles my fancy. I might sell the decent players that you think. This is my baby. I'm gonna go for it. But believe me, I'm going to give it what for. I'm going to spend the money. Okay, folks, so let's take a look at the what we got going on at Manchester United. First and foremost, what I usually do in a save like this is check out the money. What Wonga we've got. Look at that bad boy. We've got 100 million transfer budget. That is absolute bonkers. Wages, we've got a bit of wiggle room in there. A couple 100,000. And our scouting budgets as well. So it looks pretty good. We've got a good chunk of change there. Let's take a look at the players that we got to work with. This is the first team squad. I'm going to be looking to sell the likes of Phil Jones. Yep, he's on his last legs. Marcus Rojo as well. He could be on his way out. Ashley Young. He's a captain in the real world, but for me, he's on his way out potentially. Fred may go out on loan. Matic also could be on his way out. Jesse Lingard, I'm up for offers there. Juan Mata, I'm also up for offers for that bad boy. So a lot of these mainstays, Deadwood. I hear the Gold Bridges of the world. I hear the Man United fans of this world. They say that you lack depth, you lack quality, you lack world-class players. So I'm going to hopefully change that in this next chunk of time. So let's take a look at our squad depth, what we got going on, the actual dynamics of the group. Team cohesion is average. They are blending well together, this group of players. Obviously, new manager on the scene is kind of going to be mixing up a little bit, and the managerial support is good. Obviously, they've only just arrived, so there's no real change to upset that. Give me a couple of weeks, and as I try to bin off a few players, I might start ruffling a few cages a little bit. Dressing room atmosphere is average. Players are currently content and are likely to take serious issue with anything negative at this time. There's a lot of nationalities knocking about. Most of the players have been at the club for a similar length of time. We currently have no unhappy players. Again, that could change. Let's take a look at the hierarchy. Who's the kingpins of the group? David De Gea, Paul Pogba and Ashley Young are the main bad boys. And they are, as I said, Ashley Young is captain. That's going to be changed. I'm going to change that up big time. I am looking at possibly bringing in maybe David De Gea as captain, Paul Pogba, maybe even a Maguire. I know he's only just arrived, but it could be one player supports me already. Harry Maguire. Thank you. Again, we look to good. Let's take a look at the social groups of the club. This is the big clique. If you want to get well in United, you've got to be in this bunch, boys, here. So currently, young, what's his name, Daniel James needs to buck it up and get into the good boy gang here. Meanwhile, Maguire, Shaw, and who's that? Wan-Bissaka are on the outside group. And then we have a cluster of players that have not really gelled yet. They've got their own little core here. In fact, let's go look at squad depth here, if we can see it. Squad depth, where we're lacking in numbers. So our goalkeepers are David De Gea, Romero and Grant. Grant's just Deadwood. I'm not really fussed about him. If an offer comes in, I'll bin him off. I think he's there for the British requirement or English requirement, having an English keeper on the books or something. So I think that's why he's here. Left back, our options for left back as it stands are Luke Shaw. He is going to be my number one left back. Ashley Young, I don't know what's going to happen with him. Rojo and Delo can play down that left hand side. On the right hand side, we have Wan-Bissaka, Young again, Delo, Jones can opt at the right side as well, and Tunzabi, who might get game time this week. Centre backs, we have Maguire, who is a A-list centre back. Same could be said for Lindelof. Rojo, Jones, Tunzabi, a couple other boys on here as well. Smalling obviously not here, and Eric Bailly, who I've still got a bit of time for Eric Bailly, so let's not write him off just yet. Into midfield on the left hand side, this is a 4-4-2. We are going to be looking at possibly at a one of these sort of formations, I would suspect. So let's go with that. Midfield centre, Paul Pogba, standout quality. Yep, going to be one of the first names on the sheet for me. Then we have Fred, McTominay, Matic and Pereira. And as you can see, we do lack quality in midfield. McTominay, I don't really rate him at the moment. Pereira as well. Fred, Matic, he could be on his way out as well. Rashford's a good player, but he's not good in this role. So Pogba, obviously 4-star quality. We need equal that or somebody who's even better. And that is for both roles there. On the left-hand side of the attacking side of our the quadrant moving forward. Looks like Rashford's place to lose. Martial can also play on that side as well. Jesse Lingard if we are desperate. Danny James as well. And the rest of the who's who. Mason Greenwood, he's a bit too young for me, so I'm going to probably loan him out. Right-hand side. It's an area of weakness. Jesse Lingard is our top player on the right-hand side, but we could Greenwood could come on in there. So could Wan-Bissaka if we push him further forward as well. Danny James, also an option at the moment. Into that number 8 role, or number 10, or whatever they want to call it. The main man for this seems to be Paul Pogba. I wouldn't really put him there. Rashford is an option as well. Greenwood, Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, realistically, we do lack an out-and-out player to fill that role. So we're going to be looking to take a look at that bad boy. And then up top, striker. We definitely need an out-and-out striker, not one of these half-bins who can play. He can play there if he wants to play there. We want to go a die-hard striker, one who can come in there, score goals, and that's his job. So that is just take a look at the squad depth. Yeah, let's take a quick look at some of the players that have got an interest in joining us at the moment. So let's take a quick generic view here. Let's actually, what's going on here? What we got? Okay. Okay, let's see who's interested in joining us on a transfer. Douglas Costa-William, James Rodriguez, Philippe Anderson is an option. Play on the right-hand side. That would be a nice little pickup if we were to get him on in. Mesut Ozil. Any Man United fans would want Mesut Ozil? Probably not. Tammy Abraham is an out-and-out striker, 21 years of old age. For me, I'm looking at somebody who can come in right here, right now, and score the goals. This guy looks interesting. He's a Polish fella, right? Yep, Andrzej Milic. He scores goals and goals and goals over in Napoli. Well, he did at least for a season. Could be worth a punt. What have I done? I'm out on the screen there. Toby Alderweireld, he's also an option at centre back. Might go there as well. Ruben Neves, Lucas Torreira. Those are those key central midfield spots that I've got a bit of an interest in as well. James Maddison, there we go. Now we're talking for that number 10 role. He's interested in coming. I wonder how much money that would cost. Michy Batshuayi, also an option. He's an out-and-out striker as well. Paulinho, Eric Dyer as well. So there are some options in there. Ben Chilwell would have been a good pickup if we hadn't got Matey Boy already in the back there. Troy Deeney in a Man United jersey? Probably not. That would probably be piss off a load of Man United fans. But anyway, what we're going to do here is actually we're going to plough forward to the first game of the season. We're going to make the transfers and all that kind of good stuff. And you're going to get a look at the new look Manchester United, what I've done to the team. We'll go look at the odds and who's favourite to win the title and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get the first game of the season up and running. And then from then on in, we'll continue on a daily basis. We'll try and go through a couple of games at a session every day until we try and get to some glory days at Manchester United. So bear with me as we fast forward into time. Okay, folks, it is now the day before Manchester United's first game of the season. The league is underway, and as you can see, Liverpool started off where they have in the real world. They are top of the table. But let's just take a look at the finances, folks. We started off with 100 million. We're down to just 4.5 million left in the bank. So I have been busy. And I'm confident. I'm quite happy with the new improvements to the squad. We've got rid of some deadwood as well. So let's go over the transfers before we get into our first match of the season. Okay, folks. So what we're going to do here is go through one by one the players that have first and foremost left the club, and then we'll go through the ones that have been brought in to improve the quality of Manchester United. So, first out of the blocks, young James Garner. He's off to Swansea on loan. He is a very, very decent youngster coming through the ranks. Only 18 years of age. Should cut his teeth in the Championship. I expect him. Again, we are here for 2 seasons only. We haven't got no time for no 18-year-olds, especially of a pedigree that will not cut the mustard right here, right now. Meanwhile, Marcos Rojo has gone on loan to Wolves. They've also got an agreement to pay 10 million for the Argentinian international upon the conclusion of that deal at the end of the season. So at the end of the first year, we'll get 10 million and Marcos Rojo will be off. Yep, I promised it. Ashley Young has gone. He's off to Feyenoord. They paid 2.5 million for him. You know, it was too good to turn down. I said, you know what, have him. You take him off my hands. He could probably still cut at mustard in the Premier League, but for me, we need quality and we need it now. Young Brandon Williams is off to Bolton on loan. Obviously, they need players to get themselves out of the situation that they find themselves in. Again, he's too young for me to throw in the deep end for the first couple of seasons. If you got a long-term Manchester United save, then maybe, just maybe, he's someone you could nurture over the years. Another bit of deadwood out the door, and Nemanja Badic is gone to Leicester City. Yes, he remains in the Premier League. Obviously, we bought him off Chelsea for 36 million, but we binned him off for just under 5. But don't worry, folks. It's 1 in, 1 out from Leicester City. 1 in, 1 out. Also on the way out is young midfielder Dylan Levitt on loan at Mansfield. Not going to really talk much about him. 18 years old, Welsh youngster. Yeah. Bit of a surprise this one. Mason Greenwood, 17 years old, has gone to Fulham. That's right, on loan in the Championship. And again, hopefully he can get himself a few games, few goals, and come back next season as maybe a bit part player in the Cups for Manchester United's first team. And Angel Gomez is the last player out the door. He's gone on to Nottingham Forest for on loan as well. Again, 18 years of age, not really ready for the first team. Let's get him some Championship football. And again, we'll take a look at him next season. As for players in, well, I plucked for the big one here. I went 35 million for James Maddison. Yep, from Leicester City. He's coming on in, straight into the team as well. There's no mucking about. He can play on the left-hand side, right-hand side, down the middle, even as a striker if we are desperate, and also in more box-standard midfield roles as well if we want to go there. But he's in. Welcome to the club. Alongside him is Donny van der Beek. That's right. He was on an absolute pittance at Ajax. It was like £5 a week. I was like, you know what, kid, you need something better than this. 22 years of age. Again, can play in midfield. He also play as a defensive midfield. I see him alongside Pogba eventually. I don't think day one he's going to go straight into the team, but within the season he will be there. 7 caps for the Dutch national team. 25 million. Couple seasons first team action for the first team at Ajax. Decent player. I'm happy with it. Are you Man United fans? Are you happy with that bad boy? And then we brought in Akriustas Milic up top. Striker. Out-and-out striker. Going for the goals. This man can score them. He did play for Ajax as well back in the day. Napoli picked him up for 26 million. We actually got him a little bit cheaper for 25. I don't know why, but hey, you know what? I thought I'd go with it. Out-and-out striker. He's wearing the number 99 shirt. Yeah. Retro. No idea about this guy, Jamie Smith. I think one of my other staff brought him in. So yeah, it looks pants. I did opt to go for Thiago Silva. That's right, from PSG. There was an offer for Phil Jones, and Everton came in for a loan deal. I said no because I wanted to get someone else in at the time. And I just saw this pop up on one of my scouts, and you know what? I thought I'd have a little sniff at Thiago Silva. He ain't obviously the youngest these days, but still, I'm sure he could cut the mustard for a season or two, 18 months in the Premier League. We paid 7 million for him, just for the intention that he might go out. He's not really got the pace anymore, but experience. He is a decent defender, still getting played for at top level for Brazil as well. So he's definitely going to provide competition alongside Lindelof. Jones may or may not be here. We'll have to wait and see. Finally, a bit of a wild card as well. I brought in Hatem Ben Arfa on a freebie. I picked him on a trial, but I started noticing that he was creating chances, getting involved in the thing, and he, you know, a lot of our better play in our friendlies were coming through him, and I was quite surprised about it. And you know what? It's only on a 1-year deal. He's 32 years of age. Again, it just filled up our first team squad to the 25 players mark, and again, he can play on that right hand side, which was an area which I don't see him as a first team player. I'm seeing him as a Calabria Cup, Europa Cup sort of boy to come in there, Still got a bit of pace, still got a bit of flair. Obviously, he's got a bit of an attitude as well, so we're going to kind of keep that under wraps. So this is the new look Manchester United. It looks pretty sexy, if I don't mind myself saying. We are going to mix it up a little bit for the team. We're not playing all the new boys straight up. Let's have a look at the formation that we're going to start with day one, match one. We are going to go David De Gea between sticks, Luke Shaw on the left-hand side, Wan-Bissaka on the right. Maguire and Lindelof will partner the back four. Pogba and McTominay are going to start. Martial, Madsen does get a debut, and James on the right side, and Rashford up top. On the bench, we do have the new boys, Thiago Silva, Van der Beek, Milic as well. Anyone else missing? Ben Arfa? Nowhere near. Nowhere near the team. And here is Phil Jones. I built this formation, or, you know, I'm going to give it a whirl. We are taking on Southampton in the first batch of the game. So we're just going to do Southampton today, but tomorrow we'll come back. We'll do Villa and the first Europa League game, or the first Europa League game and Chelsea. Yeah, and then we'll plough on after that. Let's have a look at the current state of flux. How do I look at odds? Again, you got to bear with me because this is new to me. Premier League. Let's get into it. So we are actually 5th favourites, 9-2 to win it. Southampton come into this though 12th favourites. The media's dream team is a Man City, Liverpool dominated bad boy. Kane is in there as well. David De Gea is top goal scorer. The top transfer, let's have a look. The top transfer was Luguato Martinez. That was Liverpool. We were in second with James Maddison as well. Man City buying Stefan Savic from Atletico Madrid. Gulliam's gone to Liverpool as well. Janandrovic, whatever his name is, from Sansas, whatever it is, Real Sociedad, that's the real name for it. So Liverpool were the top spenders, but we weren't far behind. And I'm actually quite excited about this one. So we're going to jump straight into it for match day number 1 against Southampton. Now again, this could go horribly wrong, but it could be an absolute belter. So let's see what we got. First time in action. My new captain is Harry Maguire. Obviously, Young has been binned off. So we're going to go in with these. Fitness-wise, I don't know how they look. I really don't. But we're just going to jump straight in with it. Lacking match practice, but they've got to get it somewhere. They have got to get it somewhere. So this is the first game I've ever played in 2020 Football Manager. Got the sounds coming through as well, which is not what I wanted to do. So this is the look. Let's have a look at what we got up against us. This is at Old Trafford as well. It's a late kickoff. Danny Ings and Che Adams lead the line. He's making a debut. We got Dan James, Maddison and Maguire making debut. And he's at El Capitano. A couple of little debutants at the back there, Francis and Danzo. They're playing with defensive formation here, so we'll see how we get on with our attacking. Okay, you're about to take charge of your first match of Mania. Can you sum up the feelings on this? Plenty of time to think about prepare. I'm ready to go. Paul Pogba appears to have handed it a role that doesn't really suit him. I trust him. He's a good player. How useful to him versatility. He makes us stronger. You left Diego out. Is that due to his recent injury form? He's just been rested. Yeah, just been rested. So here we go. Oh my goodness, all these little, I get you. I'm going to have to switch that shit off. Where are we? Away we go. Southampton kicking us off. Southampton with the free kick. Danzo plays it short. This is Old Trafford. Remember this. We've got to be good. Be strong nicely. McTominay to Madsen. Out to Pogba. Picks up Martial, runs at him, Madsen, McTominay, what you got for me, boys? I like the passing, the moving. Luke Shaw, come on, son. Plays it inwards, Madsen, back to Shaw. Madsen's getting involved in a lot of stuff here. Pogba's shot is shit. And here comes straightforward Southampton. And that is Martial wriggles past one, to Madsen in the middle of the park. Switch it up, keep it moving, keep it moving. Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka, what you got? Come on then, McTominay to Pogba. Pick him out. There he is on the left-hand side. Martial. Go, go, go. Madsen has a shot. Has a shot. Very positive. I'm liking it. Let's have a look at the late scores. Well, we're the only game going on. So there's no point looking at anything else. "12 minutes gone. Just 12 minutes on the clock. Free kick, Madsen. Oh, it's a good effort. It's a good effort. So, I'm already thinking about my substitutions for the second half, as a good manager does, always thinking about the next. You've got to think about 2 or 3 moves ahead. Here comes another highlight. Headed towards Shaw. He picks it up now to Dan James on the right side. Wriggles past his man, who is brought down. Berger, this could be a red card. This could be a red card. We don't usually get highlights for a yellow. It's a red bed redemption. Off you go, Pops. Che Adams is off. They've gone defensive. This could be a chance for United here. Come on, then. Oh, my goodness. Milic, get warmed up, son. I need someone who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. Show some passion, boys. Show some passion. Maguire picks it up at the back. McTominay. Lovely ball to James, who's been had a lot of creative freedom on the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka whips a lovely ball in, is headed straight towards Gunn. It's positive, it is, but we need to have that clinical end product. Wan-Bissaka, James. Inwards he goes to Madsen. McTominay plays it out wide to Shaw, runs at his defenders. Lovely ball. James wriggles. He hits the pissing post. He hits the pissing post. Stick it in the back of the net, boys. 13 shots, 4 on target. It's positive football. I'll give myself that. It's what we wanted, but we just need to find that end product. We need the goal. Wan-Bissaka. What you got? James. Wan-Bissaka. Whips across it. It's beautiful. It's time. He's got time. Still, Wan-Bissaka keeps it. Oh, Dan James! Dan James! It was a great save. Surely we're knocking on the door. We are knocking on the door to get the flipping goal. Gunn fires it long. Straight out to a United defender. Shaw. Blitz passes and Pogba keeps moving. Plays it short to Martial. The Frenchman exchanging passes. Martial back to Maguire. Spreads it to the right hand side beautifully. Wan-Bissaka on a little mazy run himself. Can he get across it? No, he plays it short. McTominay, do not lose it. Lovely ball. Lovely switcher play back to Shaw. Whips across in. It's in there. It's Dan James on his debut. I'm happy with that. That's blooming about bloody time. That's great. That's great. Over the moon with that one. We've been absolutely all over them. We need a second goal, though. And then I can really make the changes and we'll give these boys their debuts and hopefully maybe get them some highlights for their first game in a red jersey. Pulled out. Pogba smashes that in there. And we are cruising. We are cruising for them 3 points. It's obviously going to get much harder than this. This is at home. It's against Southampton, who are down to 10 men. But for a first half performance, first game in Football 20, and a performance like that cannot be beaten. Okay, second half, here we go. That was just horrific. So give them like 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to bring on Milic, and I'll bring on, I'll maybe even bring on Thiago Silva. Third goal would probably wrap this baby up, but Southampton coming out with a bit of ball here. Romero, Holsberg's broken up then. Martial, bit of a lag there on the machine. Here he goes on the left-hand side. Mazy little run, sets up Shaw. What can he do? Back to Martial. Keeps it moving in favour of Maguire, who switches it beautifully to Wan-Bissaka. James, back to Wan-Bissaka. What you got? Keeps it moving. Lovely switcher play again to Shaw. They're exchanging passes. It's teasing. It's teasing. Anyone want to have a shot? Nobody wants to have a shot. Now go out for a pissing throw. Wan-Bissaka to McTominay. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Can he get across in? He plays it short. Madsen back. This is just too sexy football. Pogba makes it 2 in that uncomfortable position that they so say. But for me, it looks like a top banana performance. We are going to be looking to make some changes. We're going top of the table as it stands, folks. As it stands. Get out of here, whatever this is. I need to make my changes. Rashford, you're coming off. Milic, you're coming on. Van der Beek, you're coming off. McTominay, you're coming off as well. And I'll chuck on Thiago Silva. Get your debuts happening. Did I miss something? There you go. Maddison whips a cross in. Milic is there already, trying to put his stamp on this performance. Maddison's at a 7.2 so far. James with 7.9. Pogba's the man of the match by a country mile. Get creative, boys. Get creative. Pogba, look for a hat-trick. This comes deep to Maguire. What you got for me, son? Switches it. Comes back out to Pogba. Maddison. Pogba, he's going to have a shot, isn't he? He's going to have a shot. He peppers the goal. Gun punches it out for a corner. Madson's on this one. He's been taking him all day. Whips a cross in. James. Van der Beek. That was terrible. That was terrible. Maguire. 60 minutes on the clock. James. Back into James. Wan-Bissaka cross. Pogba. Madsen. Oh, he has a strike. Hits a couple of players along the way. Back to Pogba. Is the highlight still alive? Beautiful switch to Wan-Bissaka. Inwards he goes. James. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Back to James. They're going to get a cross in eventually. Van der Beek. Madsen. Well, this is just teasing. Teasing football. Pogba in a range. Out to Luke Shaw. Inwards. Martial. What you got? Come on then. Oh, don't send him off. Chance here. Free kick. 62 minutes. Drilled in there. It goes over everybody and it'll be a goal kick. That was a bit too much drama for little or no end product. Van der Beek. Pogba. Back to Van der Beek. Yeah, I'm chuffed with my debut myself. All I need is my Milic to get off and running and get himself a... He's on a yellow. Oh, he's got his pocket picked. Van der Beek switches it out to James, who's had a barnstormer. Up to Van der Beek. What you got going there? Lovely switch out to the left-hand side. It's Martial. It's Shaw. Whips across in. Oh, it's hit the pissing bar. That would have been an absolute perler. So far, so good from every one of them. Madsen drills it in. Thiago Silva just plays it out back to Wan-Bissaka. Keeps the move going. James, oh, he stumbles. He stumbles. Romero. Oh, he gets it back, though. Nearly cheeky wee effort from the young Welsh lad. Maguire. We've got about 12 minutes left. Shaw. Martial. Outright to Wan-Bissaka, who drills it towards goal. Like I said, there could be much more difficult games coming up for United, but this is a great way to start. See, look at the passing. Passing is great. Bissaka, come on, boy. What you got for me? Plays it short to Van der Beek. Again, switches it out wide. Martial and Shaw playing like they've been playing for years. Wan-Bissaka, Van der Beek from range. No, inwards he goes. James loses it. Uh-oh, here comes Danny Ings. On your toes. Don't fall asleep. De Gea. Two marvellous saves in what has been their only highlight. Cross comes in. Oh my goodness. He's there. He's alert. He's at weight. Two shots. Two on target. Fortunately, De Gea's on point today. Last 5 minutes. Is there another goal in this one? We've been busy, but it's not been as fruitful. Oh, it's so close. So close to a fourth. Still got time though. A couple minutes left. Madsen, Shaw, Pogba. Out wide he goes to Wan-Bissaka. Inwards. James. Wan-Bissaka. Cross it. Cross it. Nope. This comes out to Shaw. Move is still going. Martial is brought down. It's going to be a penalty. VAR says penalty. Pogba for a hat-trick. Slots it home. 4 Zipskis. We are top of the league. We are top of the league. What a performance by Pogba. 2 minutes of stoppage time. There is time for another goal here. James Wan-Bissaka. James Van der Beek. Pogba. He can't get 4, can he? Shaw. Martial. Shaw. They're just playing off of each other. Whips across in. Got wide open space here. Oh, Madson's shot is timid. It's timid. Gunn will take this one and he will just get rid of it, I think. I think that's it, folks. I think we've done it. 4-0, job done. 3 points in the bag. 4 goals for keeps. 3 of them going to Pogba on the day. They're still teasing. They're still toying with the idea of another goal here. I don't think so. It is pretty much done and dusted. The ref's got the whistle in his mouth. He's ready to blow any second now. That's just punted long. There he goes out. It should be. Job done. Well, I say I don't think I can get much better than that for a first performance. Obviously, my new signing's going to take a little bit of time to gel, but you know what? Not bad. Not bad indeed. Couple of more winnable games are on the offers as well coming forward. Obviously, none of the juggernauts just yet, but you can't complain from a 4-0 demolition just like that. Hat-trick from Pogba. I'm chuffed to bits, but as you can see, I've unlocked all sorts of shit down here. So we go top of the table above Liverpool, which is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's going to wrap up episode number 1. We've had a look at the squad. We've had a brief look at the game. It's stupid o'clock for me. So we're going to come back tomorrow. I would have played the Arsenal game. Like I said, we're going to be looking to come back here. Either the Europa game, Chelsea, or the Chelsea Carabao Cup, depending on who we get in the draw. But yes, obviously, we've only got 2 weeks and a bit to plough through this game. It is only beta, so hence there's no logos or anything like that. I could probably wangle something together, but I don't know. But give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What you think of the game so far? What do you think about my performance? What do you think about my signings? And again, get your suggestions for the January transfer window. What do you think I'm lacking? Do you think I'm still lacking a defender, right back? I think I'm lacking a right back, if I'm honest with you, or a flexible fullback who could play either side. So yeah, give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We'll do this on a daily basis for the next 2 and a bit weeks. I have a lot of Football Manager 2020 plans in store. They don't really revolve around game saves. I'm looking at more of experiments, team guides, country guides, wonder kids, simulations. I've got all these kind of things lined up. It's just going to take a few days to get them recorded and start planning them over the next few weeks because it's going to be all crazy. Again, make sure you give this video some loving. Let's try and aim for 50 odd likes on this bad boy. Come on, let's try and make myself a Football Manager 2020 content creator. And if you like this save, we'll keep on going. Maybe we don't have to just do 2 weeks. But really, that's the short-term plan. Until then, thumbs up, subscribe. I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.